the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we sail through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown, a grand adventure like no other we've known.
Change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. How are you guys doing? I think I did everything right. Let me see if I push all the right buttons. Hey, good morning, Ken. Hey, good morning, Gat. How are you guys doing this morning? And Gally, isn't that the truth? Oh, we've had a long morning. We had a lot of FU in, and she's not quite winding down as fast as I am after all of that. So what are you guys up to today? Hi, Melinda. Oh my gosh, good to see you guys in here. Oh, good to see you guys. Lots of cool things, in my opinion. lots of cool things are going on. If you can't already feel it. Lots of cool things going on. Yesterday, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm probably just completely making this up. Yesterday, when I was outside commuting with the sun, I think the high is going to be like 20 degrees today in the middle of the day. So I don't know how much sun I'm going to get. We'll see. We'll see. But I looked up at the sun, you guys. I'm making this up, by the way, because I couldn't possibly have done that. I'm just being silly. So in this, oh, wait a minute. Let me think. Oh, I'm writing a script for a movie about something completely made up. How's that? The main character was looking into the sun and saw all kinds of things. Like, holy crap. But something that looked like people that had, I don't want to say like bat wings, because they've got those like jumpsuits where your is it called parasailing? Where it's like your suit is your device for flying. That's how it was shaped. And I saw these things. Because I looked up and I'm like, I see this honeycomb pattern. This is weird. I just with my eyes, but I know I see things sometimes that you guys don't see. But you might be able to see it. But I'm making this up. Don't look in the sun. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. Don't do that. I'm just making up what would happen if I happened to look into the sun, and it went well. So there were all kinds of shapes that happened from the very beginning of looking up into the sky, going, "Why are there honeycombs in the sky?" Like the sky is made of this honeycomb pattern. I don't know why. I guess from movies and stuff, I thought the pattern would be bigger. And it's more tightly woven, if that makes any sense. So I'm looking up in the sky and going, there's this honeycomb pattern I can see with my eyes. But I go out in the sun every day with no sunshades. As best I can, I don't filter the sunlight. So in that, after looking at the sun for, I don't know, about 10 seconds or so, I closed my eyes and then I put my hands over my eyes so I could see better. And then I drew what I saw and through all the phases of, the brightest of bright to, okay, now it's changing. Now it's changing again. Now it's changing again. And I only had about a minute or so to get all of these drawings down as I was doing. I did it, oh God, I can't remember, 3 or 4 times, not more than that. I mean, I was outside for a while, but just doing that, I only did like maybe 4 times. It got a ton of pictures and shapes, and I don't know what all. So just some information. I wrote it down instead of just drawing it, but like honeycomb everywhere. I saw this finely meshed honeycomb around us when I looked up at the sky. And then again, I'm completely making this up, because don't do this. I'm just making this up as an example of what not to do, because then you'll see honeycombs. Like, you don't want that. Wink, wink, right? For entertainment purposes only. So I'm like, oh my God, there's this other pattern that's coming from the sun, like the sun itself. There's an overall honeycomb over everything, but there's something special in the sun. And I drew it out. I sent this picture to my one of my, or a few of my inner circle friends, and I don't have that picture to show you yet. Crap, I forgot to put it on there. Well, I don't know if I should show you yet. And anyway, what I was seeing coming from the sun, this is what weirded me out. I saw a pattern, and I looked at the pattern, then I tried to draw it, and I got the basics of it, although it's more intricate than I drew. I got the basics down, and when I was looking at it, I was like, that really looks like CERN. that resembles CERN. And it's putting out a very specific pattern in all directions that it looked like from it. Again, with everything is created with the fabric of honeycomb. And now this was just yesterday, and what I did yesterday, allegedly, because I'm making all this up because it's for entertainment purposes only. I was making all of it up. So, while I was outside and drawing on my dry erase board, I got some pictures of it. So if I accidentally erase it, it's not the end of the world. But I saw at the beginning when I looked at the sun, and I looked right at it, and then I had that picture, the pattern burned, and so I drew it. It looks like CERN, and then that changed. That did its thing, whatever it did, and then it turned into a honeycomb. Girl, put that in your plants. Yeah, good girl. You got reindeer and plants. Good girl. And then when I was looking at it, it started to have something that always trailed off on the bottom. Like every time I would do it, there would be almost like a tail to it, like the phoenix, I guess. And then I saw it, not as much as a bird, like the wings of a phoenix, but again, like a flying suit, like a human would have to, to fly. Where, like the hands come out like a starfish or kind of that shaped. And then the legs were like normal sized legs. So that came out as well. And then it kept going from 6-sided and it kept going to 4-sided. And I drew the different figures that I saw of very geometric shapes that started to take place. Like there were all kinds of. The weird thing was for that 1 or 2 minutes or so after I did it, and I closed my eyes. I had my hands over my eyes so I could see better, so I could dry it. It was changing so fast, but all of it at times it looked a lot like the Schumann resonance when it starts looking like people. I'm like, is the sun shooting out all of this stuff? So anyway, I've got all these other drawings of very similar shapes, but some are geometric, some take on a more smoother type of shape. Then it goes to like a 6-sided cell instead of like a honeycomb pattern. Well, not instead of, I guess. There's a honeycomb pattern overlay. So let's look at the nervous system. You've got nerves that, like, let's say they go off in 6 directions. And then you've got the general pattern of like bubbles, because that's how this reality is created, through bubbles. So when you've got bubbles, 2 bubbles come together. Oh crap, I didn't know I was going to talk about this, or I would have prepared pictures. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't prepare pictures for the bubbles. But when 2 bubbles come together, when they come together, there's only one side in between, and it's flat. So you started out with a bubble that had curved edges. 2 bubbles come together and you've got a flat side. Well, when you put a bunch of bubbles together, and there are exceptions to this, but in general, you will find that at capacity, you've only got 6 sides. Like when you fill like a whole bathtub up, let's say, full of bubbles, all the bubbles that are in there, they don't have more than 6 sides when they're touching all the other bubbles. So I hope that's a place that you can go and research. So that came up is like the cells and how they're all like 6-sided. That's the most efficient shape. Like years ago, I don't know if that's how they do it these days, because things aren't even real anymore, if you know what I mean. But when I was researching how do you make canned biscuits, like how is it done in a factory, and the process for making the canned biscuits, in cutting the biscuits, instead of cutting them round, what they do is they cut them in a honeycomb shape, and then they like jam them in the tube. And while they're sitting there in the tube, those the 6 points kind of round out while it's in the tube. But the reason they do that is so that there's no waste. I hope this is helpful information to you guys. So that's the honeycomb is the most efficient in this dimension and all, the most efficient shape. So when you look at the honeycomb and what we've talked about before, but didn't have all the pictures like right here, where would that be? Under sine waves and patterns, I think. Oops, let me get up to the top. Oh my gosh, how is my internet? Oh crap. Hold on. It's going to take the pictures. I didn't know if I was even going to be able to broadcast because my internet was giving me feedback. I mean, I don't think you're being negative or anything. I asked for feedback. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. And oh crap. Well, I might not be able to show you pictures. Okay. While we're talking about that. Oh, there we go. There we go. There. When you look at these, you've got anything that has, let's say, 4 sides. If you've got 4 sides to it, and you see some of those up here, even as you get into, let's say, higher dimensions, you still see it's okay on the far right. That's like the matrix. Does that make sense? The one on the top left is an intersection at a matrix grid system. So this is like low density, I guess you could say. And then let's make it special and turn it on its side. And then we get to, which looks like, a Scottish plaid. Second row on the last, like the last one on the second row. You guys have seen this before. I know you have. Hold on. There we go. Look on the bottom in the middle. So when I describe where we are in the matrix, and we look over at, where's my sideways? There they go. And we look over at this, it's like in all of these vibrations and frequencies, how many of those look like the matrix? Check that out. You've got a lot of divisions of 4. And in that division of 4, it creates the 3rd dimension. When you've got a honeycomb that has 6 sides, that's creating the 5th dimension. So if we are seeing honeycombs everywhere, if we look in the sky, we're seeing the 5th dimension. Does that make sense? If you see honeycombs, then you are, okay, there's a difference between like 3D. What is 3D? The 3rd density or the 3rd dimension. And a dimension is a mental construct. Because what is a dimension? A dimension, if it's a mental construct, like my mind has these set of rules. In dimension 3, we can't fly, or at least we limit ourselves to not flying. In dimension 5, we do whatever the fuck we want. Like that mental concept. And then you've got the density. These two are separate. You get a density thing. You get real light by pumping yourself up with white light. But you are still thinking in the 3rd dimension. Well, you pump yourself up, so you're never going to lift yourself up. Does that make sense? I hope this is helpful to you guys. Just kind of giving you a map of how everything works. You can go, oh, well, if I just let go, it fixes itself. That's more better, right? If I just let go, it fixes itself. Oh, thank you. So how is reality made? Kind of like the most efficient way to create is with a bubble. Because think of it, if there is a center to a bubble, it's equal energy in all directions. So you don't have to designate, oh, more on that side, less on the other. It's very efficient. The toroidal field is the most efficient way to create the reality that we're in. So eyeball thing. Hold on, this may or may not apply. I can't remember what these pictures are, you guys. Oh, I can't see very well, but I don't look at what they label everything so much as the shapes. Because check out that shape on top. I think we've seen this before. Or I've seen it. I drew it yesterday. There's some crazy stuff. Like I looked up there and I saw stuff shooting out of the sun. This is just with my eyes. I didn't even use like remote viewing stuff. This is just what I saw with my eyes when I did that. Oh, and then I saw There's a honeycomb pattern. Then over that, there's this web. It's almost like this web with a solid membrane to it. And it's as if you took bubbles and, if the pattern that's made, if you have like soap bubbles, that's the web part. Where the bubbles touch would be the web. Hope that makes sense. When I also looked at the sun, there was like, the Mother Mary shape. Or like a statue with no details. Like a head and a I don't know, just a smooth body. And Egyptian stuff started to come out too. And what else did I see? I wrote as fast as I could. I know I missed a lot of stuff. Oh, one was coming out almost like that's what was reminding me of that thing on the top. It was coming out almost like a flower with like sparkle stuff coming out, but it was coming out in 4 directions, but not equally. In 4 directions. It reminded me almost like the mouth of the creature in Stranger Things. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Again, I haven't seen these in a while. I didn't remember what was on it. Ah, there we go. So if you look at the top, you can see there's a movement of energy or like a black and white checkered floor, but it's the ceiling. And as you can see, that is the curvature of the toroidal field. Can you see it now? The curvature of the toroidal field. How it's going a little bit like, just a second, I will get something very similar to that to show you. It'll take a second. It's my internet today. Oh my God. You can do it. You can do it. Everything's like slow today. Now I heard that people who work like, are they called IT people that work with people like me? It's like, my computer's fucked up. I don't know what to do, and they like help you. Ah, like, oh my God. They said that if you're under stress and did that even play? If you're under stress and everything, like your electronics will malfunction. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I used to blow electronics out. Like, no wonder everything around me is not working right. Oh, everything's self-reflective. Oh, crap-a-doodle. Hold on. I don't know if you saw it, but it didn't spin from my angle. There it goes. That's what it looks like from inside the matrix. We're trying to find ourselves out. Find our way out of this. You don't find your way out of it. The character's created inside of it. Therefore, you're never going to escape that. You're like pushing and pulling the idea. Pushing and pulling. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that even played or not. My internet is... Oh, there it goes. On my end, it's really choppy, so I hope it's smoother for you guys. I'm sorry if it's not. Oh, I forgot about all the Kundalini crap. Because I was like, got so excited about other stuff. And it was like, oh, Kundalini. Yeah, fuck Kundalini. So, like, watch everybody leave. So, here's how creation is created. This is like math without symbols. Don't look at the symbols. Just pretend like they don't exist. This is the math class that you love. If you like symbols, look at the symbols. If you don't, the picture says it all. There's nothing more to explain, really, with the symbols. Except to in base 10 mostly, program you into seeing the world one way through math. So this is how reality is generated, because you just saw the toroidal field and the direction of the toroidal field. You can make complex things. Look at that. So this is how our reality is created, through frequency, and frequency through a toroidal field is going to spin. Check it out, you guys. It's awesome. Check it out how it's spinning. It's spinning. Now, this doesn't look like spinning, does it? This looks kind of chaotic. But what is that really? That is just a shadow of what's spinning. All right, check it out. There's the graph. And that's what you see when you go to class, sine and cosine and all of that. This is what you see. This is what they show you. Right? I don't remember seeing this in class. If they had shown me that's what was going on, because I remember my mom, when she was trying to teach me advanced math and stuff, she never started with a symbol. She started with a circle. So check it out. A circle is what is created through this flow, or whatever you call it, through the toroidal field. Think of that circle as the portal that creates. And then you've got this stuff spiraling up through it. Like, wee. And you could have multiple spirals. Or multiple circles. And then you divide and subdivide. But in class, this is what class looks like. Hey, class, here's all the charts and the graphs, and this is what it looks like, and this is what we're learning. And you're like, what? They show you everything backwards. This is where they start. This is where they start. And this, one of those, even if it doesn't look like it, we're going to pretend like one of these is a heartbeat, right? For the sake of this example, the one on top is real close. Well, I don't know. Some of these might be valid heartbeats. So now, if we're looking at, wait a minute, if this is the, what do you want to say, the shadow of this, what does this look like on the side? Like if you shine a flashlight. Oh my gosh, what the heck would that look like? So what does that say about your heart and your heartbeat? If they're showing you, oh, this is your heartbeat, and again, pick the closest one that looks like a heartbeat. So what is a heartbeat? It's just a toroidal field that's creating something rhythmically. It's putting out a pattern. It's putting out a pattern. Do you guys remember when these things were flying through the air and people were taking pictures of it, and they had and it looked like this? Do you remember that? And it's like, oh, is it this creature? Is it a long creature, or do we have a long exposure time? And it flapped its wings 3 or 6 times or whatever. And then we captured it. Do you remember that when they were seeing those beings? Something that goes around. Think of this as a like a drill bit to drill. But that's not what it looks like from the side, doesn't it? Just going up and down like a roller coaster. So while we're being given the information, we're being shown stuff like this. No wonder you guys hated math, right? Or did you? You just love math. Check this out. Look at that. It's rotating. It's rotating like what? Does that, when you look at it, does that look like DNA? No, not from this perspective. But to understand that it's all spinning. Isn't that so cool to know, you guys? And that you can change things, change the frequency. Think of all those as events in your life. And all those events in your life can be dots on the outside of a sphere where you can access them all at one time, where you can play this little game in here called Earth, I guess. And I'm playing Avatar Kelly at the moment. Oh, why did I pick this character? But look what Avatar Kelly has done. And then you've got like an Akashic record that's written down in chart form or code. This is what you did. Isn't that good to know? That this is all, well, it's a simulation. But this is kind of how the simulation works. So that you don't go, now that I know how the simulation works, I'm not going to go in to change things. I'm going to see that when I let go of it, I no longer am bound by its rules. Oh, and what's that called? In my world, that's called freedom. Freedom to still have this, whatever you want to call this. Woo! To have that going on, just to have this experience. And to know that that's spinning. And I call it an extruder. Is there a better name for it, you guys? Or a die? Like you cut a die, which is metal, and you just punch stuff out to make it the shape that you want. And then you can squirt out spaghetti and all kinds of stuff with these like extruders. But you can think of an extruder where you just push down and it just goes forward and nothing turns. And then you've got your spaghetti or linguine or whatever you're doing. Or before it gets there, it's turning. So when it comes out, it's coming out while it's spinning, this extruder. So if we have these buildings that have windows with certain shapes, every one of these shapes is like a die cut for DNA. This is what DNA looks like. Any one of these, and how? Because I'm just making this up, by the way. Because I have this belief system. This belief system is based on 7-sided XYZ with 7 sides. That if you're practicing the religion of the 7 sides, then your DNA is going to change. We call them upgrades, downloads, or whatever for our DNA. Our DNA is going to change because we've got a belief system of 7. So you're going to see the DNA take on more of a shape with, let's say, 7 sides. Or an influence of that. Or like, oh, I'm going to meditate on the lotus flower or whatever. The daisy wheel Kelly talks about. I'm going to meditate on that. Or I'm going to meditate on the cross. Or whatever, geometric shapes. They start to change the shape of your DNA. See, and what's creating all this DNA is tortal fields. DNA is twisted like everything else on that's created. You got a twisting to a little tornado and a turning. So the DNA is made, let's pretend, to make it like third dimensional example. Like there's an extruder of these shapes and your DNA is formed from this being the influence from the center of the toroidal field, which is that portal. The creator of this reality then creates this reality based on your feelings and emotions, which can be, won't get to specifics, but let's pretend every one of those is a different feeling and emotion. Like if I'm in sadness, I'm just going to oversimplify. If I'm in sadness and one of these pretended sadness, I'm in sadness, then my DNA is going to change to sadness, and that's just going to be my everyday. Wow. Or, oh, I'm going to get this tuning fork, and there's nothing wrong with tuning forks. What's our relationship with tuning forks? But the more we let go of the matrix, the more the DNA of this body is not going to be attached or imprisoned to a three-dimensional belief system or any belief system at all. Your DNA matches your belief system. Does that make sense? And all of these are different DNA shapes and so forth. Your energy, your feelings, and your emotions are what determines your DNA shape. Does that make sense? Am I speaking English today? Good grief. What does your DNA look like? Are we waiting for the Pleiadians to give us some codes? I don't know. I always blame everything on the Pleiadians. I think they're not telling the truth about them. Just saying. Just saying. It's like, oh no, I'm waiting for the Pleiadians to give me this information so I can kumbaya, take on this one shape. Well, this one shape is just one experience, just one frequency. And you can create all these different frequencies, but what happens when you these machines, let's say, these cymatic machines, you've got to have a sound to create that vibration in order to create all of these shapes, right? But what happens when there is no sound and you're at rest? And whatever the medium is, whether it's sand or water or some special liquid, what happens when there's vibration and sound? Patterns are created. So that liquid or that sand is what now? It is a potential field, or it's the potential to be any one of these shapes. You picking up what I'm laying down? Isn't that beautiful? Instead of picking one of these beautiful shapes, and they're all awesome, in my opinion, it's for entertainment purposes only. These are all awesome, but we're picking, pushing and pulling, and helping ourselves get out of a ditch with one of these. Oh, grand. But then do we base our life around it? Then we're stuck in that shape. We're evolving. The way that we're evolving is we're more letting go of this reality, and we're finding ourselves in that liquid. Let's say in our case, because I was talking about the third dimension in the laboratories and stuff, and probably dorm rooms and garages too, doing these experiments. Now let's think about us. And how is this reality created where we are locally in this drama that you as God created? We're in plasma. We're in plasma, you guys. This is the good news. I only give you guys good news. Like, I don't want to open my mouth if I'm just going to scare you for no reason. Like, fuck that shit. I'm all about the good news. So while we're in plasma and you've got a feeling and emotion while you're in the plasma, it creates, check this out, you guys. It creates all this stuff. So whatever is going on in the sky is kind of like the great reveal. Like some of us, but I go out and I stare at the sun every day. But I don't, because this is for entertainment purposes only. And who would do that? It's crazy. Don't do it. I didn't do it. I just made that up. So when you look at this, in this model, go find this guy. You will find in again, this is another way of looking at what kind of game are we playing. Here's our game right here. This is a plasma field full of stars. And what are stars? Those are toroidal fields. Every one of those stars is a toroidal field that has spinning, effervescent, pure white light consciousness coming out of it. That's why it's so bright. It's pure white light consciousness in the form of what looks like to me bubbles. So every one of those creates an experience. If you want to think about it, this experience on Earth where we're looking up at the stars. I wonder which star was, let's say it is your belief system that you are a star. Which star up there is me? Playing this role down here. So when we look up at the stars, what we're doing is we're looking into the lens of the projector. Holy crap, right? I'm just here with the good news. In other words, we're thinking we're somewhere down below this plasma field right there, looking up at the stars, which we see there that look like stars, right? No, there's never anything. We are only in this plasma up here in the star with our awareness. Gosh, I hope this makes sense. Here's a view of this plasma field from below. And we're not finding a lot of stuff. See, this is your point of consciousness for this game that you're playing. Everything else, these points of light are consciousness. Everything else is awareness. You're aware of the game. This is a point of consciousness. So what we're doing now in the crumbling of the everything, all these things around us are crumbling. So where are we finding ourselves? In the star, in that plasma field. And that's why I've got my workshops, the plasma workshops, the plasma state. Instead of going, I'm playing out all of these timelines and everything, you find yourself in this local drama where you're playing the game from one star in the plasma field, from one place, and you never moved the whole time. It's like, Kelly, that's not true. I vacationed in Paris. Of course, I had to fly on an airplane and everything. No, that was just something that was created inside of these stars up there. Which, when you first start to create from that star level, it looks like an eyeball. It looks like an eyeball. Hmm. I don't think my pictures are changing, you guys. Sorry. Let me go look over here. Oh, hey. Hey, kid. Oh, we call those wiggly things flying in the air rods. Ah, gotcha. Hey, Indigo. So math never really clicked with me. I always did better at English. Right? Hell, when I rub my eyes, I see different geometric shapes divided by lines, like a cup pizza, including honeycomb. Yes. Oh, yes. And a lot of the times you can see in color noises. Like if you go into a dark place, close your eyes, and someone makes a loud sound, like a hammer hitting a nail, let's say, and it's just really loud, you will see a pattern in that movie theater of the back of your eyelids. Does that make sense? Hope so. Oh, it finally changed pictures. Like, yay. There's just different angles of it. So this right now, during what we call a reset, this layer right here of stars is where we're finding ourselves when we let go of this reality it's all crumbling. We find ourselves up there in the stars, and we can still play Earth, but we play Earth knowing that we're in the plasma field. Big difference, right? If you know that you're playing a game in the plasma field and you're still playing Earth, the game is quite different. The game is quite different. Now it's a slant towards a religion, one religion, but we've got a blue guy, the Anunnaki. Could it be? Could it be the Anunnaki? A lot of the time when I look at you guys, I see these, what I called umbrellas. But does that make sense as to why I call those umbrellas? So I see these over you. I'm sorry, this is just a little snippet. Go find this guy on TikTok. I don't know if this video is still up, but it's moving, so you can see the whole thing moving. It's in motion. I see this above you guys. And when I see that it in place like that, your life is going better. See how you're still in a matrix. You're still in a controlled system, but it's ordered properly. So what we will do in the drawings that I show you, we will take these and we will pull them inside of the body and out of their umbrella place. So does that make better sense when I talk to you guys about that? So if I see a lot of colors in your body that you've pulled in there, it helps me, like when you like do a reading or whatever it's called, when I look at your energy or energy reading, I can see that the colors or the umbrella colors that you pulled inside your body and where you pulled them. And those are just places where you're not, quite healed. A lot of you guys are leaders that come to me. A ton of you are leaders. And you pull all your umbrellas in your body. And you got a ton of the purple stuff. Wow. You're the leaders here. And usually the reason the leaders pull stuff in their body is they come here and there's some kind of a program or idea. Like, this is how you're supposed to be a leader. Boss people around, or, something like that. So then they block themselves from being a leader because they misunderstand what a leader is. A leader is someone who's just following their heart. And when they're following their heart, because their passion is bigger than themselves, they look back and they find that they're being followed. They have followers. So when I see people's umbrellas or whatever kind of lined up like this, they're ready for leadership. They don't have to manage people or anything. They just have to be. You have to do anything. Here's some more blue guys. Look, at these blue guys are part of this whole damn process, right? And I don't know if these count as eyeballs, but look at all those sphere. Oh, I'm sorry, I went too fast. Look at all those. Damn, gummit. Where was I? Oh, over here. Over here. My bad. Look at all the spheres everywhere. Look at all those bubbles. Huh. Right. Now we go on to Flute Boy. And then we've got the upside down pine cone or Christmas tree. To me, it looks like an upside down Christmas tree. But then you've got all the pine cone looking stuff coming out. Wait a minute. Now that we're looking a little closer at the pine cones, it's not quite like a pine cone that I see here in Colorado. Just saying. I don't know what kind of pine cones you guys have in Florida. Like I fear every puddle. Like I never want to go back to Florida because of puddles is why. It's nothing to do with the alligators. It's the puddles because they're in every puddle out there. If it has at least like a 3-inch puddle, it's a 20-foot gator, guaranteed. So wow, I wasn't expecting that. It looked like an acorn to me. This is why it's for entertainment purposes only. We're all learning together. Check this out. Wow. Look at that. It reminds me a little bit of how Bigfoot lays out the trees in their territory. They'll take a tree, they'll rip it out of the ground, they'll break all the branches off of it, and then they'll weave it. They'll use energy and frequency. Think about it. They'll use energy frequency to weave the tree through the other trees. Kind of like basket weaving, I guess. That's how you get those second stories, those second floors. These are like fallen trees that fall in between these trees. No, you look down the shaft of the tree from end to end. When you look at that, you can see the tree has been bent around these other trees to weave into the trees that are still growing out of the ground. You guys, like, holy crap. Go to Colorado Bigfoot. I think he's got the video up. Like, I don't know what all of this stuff is, but now that I'm seeing the snakes, oh crap, I forgot all the details. I don't want to say anything because I forgot all the details now. But he was talking about the snakes that came, that helped to build a lot of stuff. Would it be actual snakes, or are we talking about just kind of like serpents in general and their type? Because these look like snakes. And they look like they have like electricity stuff on their heads, whatever those are called. Electricity, fancy word stuff. So, in here, you may or may not find Kundulini. But if we're looking at a Kundalini awakening, I don't think I want to be a part of it. Like a Kundalini awakening. Just saying. Because when I experienced Kundalini and have your own experience, none of my business, for entertainment purposes only. I was thrown into Kundalini. And I thought I was going insane. And all of those grid systems, no matter what they're called, you got like Reiki, gets you connected to one of those grid systems that's either a square or a cube, depending on how you look at it. That's what Reiki does. We get tons of implants from Reiki. But this Kundalini awakening, I was in touch with so much, but I was in touch with the Matrix. A lot of it. And it was intense. This was like, you know how you have all the systems in your house, like electricity, it goes through the walls and your plumbing and the gas lines and all, it goes through your walls. This is kind of the same thing with Kundalini. If you want to think of the Matrix as a house, Kundalini is one of the systems that goes through the walls that you can access. Well, there's a certain way to access. It's like, well, the plug's been there the whole time. I just didn't have the right shaped plug. I hope that makes sense. So if they're like, oh, in December we're going to have a Kundalini awakening, what's going to happen is we're going to awaken inside of the Matrix. because of awareness. We're going to have a higher level of awareness. And if someone's version is, I'm going to have a Kundalini awakening, then they will limit themselves by plugging themselves into the Kundalini grid system, the matrix grid system. And they'll probably feel pretty good. I mean, just the Kundalini was like, whoa, this feels amazing. This is incredible. Whee! But it's like too much. It's like grabbing onto electricity. It's too much. It's too much of a good time. I'm glad I did the Kundalini, experience and everything, but I don't think I want to do it again. I was very thorough with it. I did the Kundalini thing from a lot of different perspectives just to kind of test it out for myself. I saw that it was a grid system that you plug it into, and I wanted to learn about the grid system. Like, yay! But it's not like, oh, Kundalini guide me, or oh, Kundalini heal me, because it gets you trapped in the matrix. Gosh, I hope that's helpful. Yeah. Like probably like through frequency. It bend like the crop circles you were saying, it like bends the stalks and doesn't damage them. Frequency does that. Plasma. Hey Helen. Hi Kelly. Just going to the beginning. Also, I see honeycomb shapes when I'm relaxed. Yes, we're starting to see the honeycomb that creates the fifth dimension. And then from that fifth dimension, the fourth dimension is created because you have five sides. That creates the fourth. And four sides, like a pyramid, four-sided pyramids create the third dimension. So as you can see, there's pyramids all over the damn place. Pyramids are everywhere, and pyramids that have four sides, right? And the four-sided pyramids are creating and have us held in, if you will, to this energy around what we call planet Earth, with all the pyramids are holding us real solid into one type of three-dimensional way of doing things. So instead of going, hey, I'm going to learn karate so that I can fight the pyramids. and I'm going to win. You can't influence me. Well, instead of attacking the reality that you're creating, you let go of the concept of the pyramids having any control over you. And you find yourself in a place where you're creating this reality and all the drama in it, where one of the characters in the drama feels like they're stuck in the story. See the different position? Isn't that beautiful? Is that just changing perspectives? Like changes everything. Changes everything. And where do you go when you're unalived? Let's see, and the plasticine looking spiders on the ceiling. We're gonna have to look that up, Helen. So this Kundalini. So these right here, these vortices, these are toroidal fields. So in these toroidal fields, they try to get you to go in them. It's just another hallway or a door or whatever you want to call it. It's just a different shaped one. I don't know, do what you want, but don't go. Don't go with them. And you guys, the Stranger Things. Stranger Things. We've got what we were talking about before, the Hat Man. We've got the Hat Man. I call him Men in Black. I think most people call him the Hat Man. Man with the hat. And we've got Mall World. You guys, do you find that this is common for the ones in the GATE program? Because that's what Stranger Things is about. Do you think it's coincidence that, is it Henry Vecna? This is AI generated, by the way. So it's close, but it's not the real thing. So I don't want to have copyright issues. So we've got Vecna. Has a suit on. And I think his suit is brown. The ones that visited us were black. His suit is brown, but I think, isn't his hat black as well? Do you guys remember? He's got glasses on as well. And the rims of the glasses, do they look to be brown? Or am I seeing those colors correctly, you guys? So I don't know. I thought it was really interesting that we've got in Stranger Things something that has come out now also talking about mall world. And we've got Russians and we've got drama and all of that going on underneath the mall, you guys. Hello, underneath the mall. Like, is this? And they spend a lot of time at the mall, don't they? Because it is the 80s. And are they targeting that generation to wake us up? How many people watched Stranger Things, you guys? Oh, I'm curious now. What phone? Let's see. How many people watched Stranger Things on the first day? Okay, I asked that poorly. I meant to say.
Nielsen reported that 361,000 people watched season 2 on its first day, and about 824,000 U.S. viewers watched season 3.
Okay, I was looking for season 5. We put season 5. Season 5. And see what it says. I don't know if they have it or not. Not yet publicly available. You guys, like, they had to do something to their servers. What's the magic thing? You've got to, like, increase something because they were afraid it was going to shut down Netflix. So here you've got something that's very popular. How many people were expected to watch Stranger Things 5th season?
While exact viewership numbers for Stranger Things Season 5 are unavailable, early data suggests immense popularity. The demand was so high that Netflix experienced outages shortly after the premiere, even with increased bandwidth. This indicates a strong potential for record-breaking numbers.
Okay, so it almost broke Netflix. That's how many. And I can't find anybody who's even guessing. No one's putting any guess numbers out at all. So, okay. Just checking. But let's say it's really popular. And what age group is Stranger Things most popular? What are the demographics of Stranger Things? Okay, let's see.
Stranger Things is most popular with those aged 18 to 29, including millennials and older Generation Z. However, the show has broad appeal, attracting viewers from preteens to adults due to its themes of friendship, 1980s nostalgia, and supernatural elements.
Well. So why is it targeting the young ones who watch it? And I'm not seeing anybody who's like Gen X. Is 18 through 29 statistics. Oh, here's some demographics. I got it. So let me take a picture. Have you watched Stranger Things? Boom. Okay. Okay, don't know. Yes, I've watched. Yeah, it does look like 54, probably like that group. Not very many are watching. Okay. Now we know. Now we know. So then what is it doing? Do you guys know these hat men? Do they still visit children or adults? Because I was visited until I turned like 34, it stopped. So from age 0 to 33, I was visited by men in black every night for 33 years. So, do you guys have an experience with it? Also, parthenogenesis. This is really interesting. This lady right here, you can find her on TikTok. She was talking about the XX and the XY, how nature chooses the female, and then she talks about the XY. And I think what she's talking about, I just want to point you in her direction for entertainment purposes only. It's very interesting what she's talking about. But in the X-Men, which when you look, it looks like the gender roles are switched a lot in the roles, but they have her as Albion, a woman. And according to this lady, I have not watched the show, but she loses control of her anger and destroys a lot of stuff. I'll let you just read that. So a male is just an inside out female, because nature chooses female. And we're talking about parthenogenesis. Like how does that work? Because we're starting to information is starting to come out on cloning, and that's what parthenogenesis is. It's like self-cloning, not like cloning in a laboratory, but self-cloning, the process of self-cloning. So I thought this was quite interesting, and just a place for you to start your research if you don't know where to start. Looking at what is sperm. According to this lady, go check her out. There's no such thing as a male sperm. I'm looking up there. It looks like mother's mitochondria. So it doesn't look like anything for that man is in there. Now, she goes on to say, do your own research. This is a great place to start, right? She's talking about the DNA and the chromosomes. And again, go listen to her, what she says about it. This is just a little snippet I thought was interesting. All sperm are females. Those are all X's in the sperm. I'll let you read that. So she is saying that these are bacteria that have devoured a human cell. That's what sperm is a bacteria that devoured a human cell, which kind of sounds like a parasite. So if we're looking at Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden and so forth, we're in the Garden of Eden and Eve is all like, oh my gosh, and there's a serpent. Oh my God, like, where'd you come from? Like, serpent. What is sperm? Is sperm the serpent in the Garden of Eden? The East Garden. that these are bacteria that have devoured a human cell. Oh, something to chew on, right? So now what is immaculate conception? I thought this to be quite interesting as well. This guy, and he was talking eloquently about whatever the topic was. I was looking at the pictures going, I've seen this before. Because you guys that came here, like, you're the in charge people. And you're like, how are the humans doing? Well, let me turn myself into a human and go down there, wipe my memory and stuff, and see how things are going. I will see when I look at your energy, I will see an S like this. It'll be an S. A bunch of you have this. And this is a better, I guess, a better view of it. Try this one. There we go. So this shows something that's zigzag, like a lightning bolt. If we're thinking about the gods and the lightning, and saying this is basically how you get out of the matrix, or how you get out. Here's a pathway to get out of the matrix. And someone's in charge of lightning. This looks like lightning, doesn't it? This pathway, or Zorro, or a Z. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. If you guys want to go research that, it's like, wait a minute. That's I've seen that symbol. And what is this pathway anyway? I mean, check it out. What is the pathway out of here? And is that pathway actually zigzagged and flat? Or are we looking at a sine wave? Are we looking at a sine wave and that's actually spinning in a spiral? And we're seeing it only as flat. No wonder we can't get out. I hope this is helpful information. Just to look at things from another perspective helps you to let go. That's the purpose, not for you to start believing something else and get trapped in it. Like, holy crap, I don't want to do that. It's not my goal today. I want you guys to be trapped. So when we're looking at parthenogenesis and the way that things are done, we can look at a laboratory version of it and a world that has been created by man to dissect and to bring everything down to its smallest form. And when you see something in its smallest form, what do you see? You see another universe. As above, so below. So what we're looking at, where we have gone away from, we haven't gone away from a god or anything like that in this realm. What we've done is we've gone away from nature. We're kind of looking at the same thing, but we're looking at breaking it down and analyzing it instead of being. And when we're analyzing, it's hard to be in a state of being. Which do you think is the sickest? Which do you think is healthy and healed? The world is changing. The world is changing. And you're the ones changing it by simply being. You don't have to go out and convince anybody of anything. That's only you trying to convince yourself. You don't have to fight anybody about it. That's just you fighting yourself. And look, overthinking with laboratory equipment, which is fun. I mean, I see a microscope, that makes me happy. But do we demonize the laboratory, or do we say, what is our relationship with it? What is our relationship with nature? Well, nature's bad. It's not even our sun. Oh, the chemtrails, and it's raining down on us. But I see the ones that are more out in the sun They eat less food. And if you eat less food, the food is something you feel like is solid on this planet. It doesn't even exist. But if you think food is solid and you eat a lot of it, you're going to be solid. If you're out in the sun, that's where all your information is coming from, the sun. Spectacular. You've got the blueprints, the codes for this new world. And what is a new world? The new world is just stepping back and allowing nature. And what is nature? Nature is female. But in order for this to happen, I see a destruction. A destruction takes place because you can't grow. The female cannot grow in this environment. It has to all collapse first. Everything regrows. Everything regrows, and it regrows as feminine. Because, again, nature chooses feminine. So then all the trees, when they come back, are going to be feminine, female, and bear fruit. There will not be a disruption of the weather. It's part of a cycle. It's a cycle. When we grab onto that which is not nature and try to order that which is constantly moving and free, you guys, but if you find yourself in a laboratory, do good. Do good. You guys, this is where we're going. This is where we're headed. When everything is destroyed, what is destroyed is only an idea of a world that imprisons you. When you let go of that idea, the world goes away, not you. You still find yourself in that plasma field, and you immediately start creating another world that fits your frequency. And it's, if you want to think of it as a higher dimension, again, you're still in the matrix. If you're ascending, you're not in the original eyeball or the toroidal field. You're playing a game and ascending in the game. But you're in a higher place and it feels better. It's more funner. More funner, right? Because it's all going to be okay. And all of these systems, every system that is out there, the medical system, the financial system, the governance systems, the grocery stores, everything is going to crumble. Every system out there is going to completely be destroyed because all of those are merely projections of ideas. And when you heal, you simply don't create those anymore. So how does the plotline handle it? Catastrophes. A ton of these are non-player characters going away with a plot line that makes sense according to your healing. So when you look out and you see the world, you see a reflection of you in your healed state. That's the good news. I mean, this is just good news today. Hello. I'm only doing good news day today. So during this time when we are waking up to nature, this kind of stuff comes out. All the experiments that were done on us, the creators and the ones that actually can change this reality. We're not doing it anymore. We're letting go of that paradigm of black and white and good and bad. Because I watched Stranger Things, and not to get into details, but those that they deemed as good went around doing things that, in my opinion, weren't the best choices. Just saying that this idea of good and bad in Stranger Things is a little blurred, even. My opinion. For what it's for entertainment purposes only. Make up your own damn mind. Don't let me influence you in what to think. Be you. You guys just go be you. Even if it is a character in the Matrix, do you. Nobody else. Fuck everybody. Fuck them. Go do you. Whatever that is. Go do you. Because when you're in this state of being, and you're not in everybody else's world, which they're just projections of your unhealed state, so that's a waste of time. In this healing process, you guys, if here's a strategy, if this is helpful to some of you, or some of you stuck in doom scrolling, it's a common thing. Don't be upset because you're there. If you want to, accountability, is that helpful for you guys? Well, I was going to do it, but it's just me. But it's like, accountability. If only if you want it. I'm not forcing it on anybody. To be accountable. Okay, the next 3 days, I'm not going to doom scroll. Now, I might Netflix, or I might, whatever. but I'm not going to doom scroll. This isn't an all or nothing, and we're not looking for perfection. It's just what doesn't feel good right now. Oh, the doom scrolling. Well, let's take a 3-day hiatus. Now, instead of just saying, I'm not going to scroll, fuck it, I'm going to go scroll. Instead of that, plan something else instead. If you are going to Netflix, at least it's purposeful. You're going to pick your mood, right? Of all the programming, you get to pick your mood. You never know what's going to happen on TikTok. And then you get your movie marathon planned out at that time that you're usually doom scrolling. So help yourself in that way. This is not a perfect process. Now, if you do that every time, you're never going to heal. It's like, I'm going to distract myself. No, but right now it's okay, isn't it? Don't you think? It's okay. Let's go binge on Netflix. I put down that doom scrolling. And I chose comedies, stuff that made me laugh or stuff that made me happy. And I chose the mood that I was going to be in, not random scrolling on the internet, which is just my fears. And beautifully, beautiful dance moves and twerking and stuff on TikTok. Take a hiatus. You use this as an excuse to take a hiatus from it. I mean, you wanted to do a lot of stuff anyway. Use this as an excuse to do it. Just do it. Good news. Yes, that's right, Lauren. Or Lorene. I'm so sorry. It's good news day. Every day is good news day. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had a great time with you. And we're going to talk about a lot of other, way cool things as we go throughout what we're calling the future now. As you guys, the Stranger Things, again, this is my AI version for copyright reasons. This is what I'm showing. As we watch Stranger Things, let's keep talking about it. Because from this last one, that the first 4 episodes, I'm seeing things that instead of getting caught up in all the drama and the scariness, I'm looking at Stranger Things as how can I heal from that? What is similar in my life? What makes sense to me? Where do I feel like I'm not healed? And this is a way to let go of it. Again, if they're posing Elle as Jesus and Henry as, Satan or whatever, are they reversed? What is going on? But whatever abilities they have, they're pushing and pulling. There's no letting go and allowing in Stranger Things at all. Only that I see. It's my opinion. Oh, thanks, Lorene. Oh, you're a great teacher. Thank you. Really powerful reminders. Thanks so much. Oh, thanks, Indigo. Like I hope that from all the stuff that I talk to you about, that I don't set your mind in any direction, but if anything, help you to set your own mind free by just looking at another perspective. A perspective from someone that doesn't expect you to hold on to that perspective. To go, hey, it's another perspective that I've seen. To help you to get to that place. Not then to make up your mind about stuff, but every time we see a different perspective, it's easier to let go. Because what is the truth? The truth movement. Truth is perspective. So then what is a truth movement? It's just pushing one perspective. Oh, right. See how it's so close to where we are, but it still traps us. Okay, now hey, oh honey, seaweed snacks, pumpkin seeds, dog toys should be there on December the 3rd. Oh whoop. Oh, thanks, Ken. Oh, holy crap. Wait, honey. Oh, I'm going through that, honey. I love it. You know who loves it? I don't want to say her name. You get all excited again. Oh my gosh, it's Mort Seaweed. Oh my god, she loves that. So do I. Seaweed snacks. Oh yeah, pumpkin seeds. Because I still have a good amount of pumpkin seeds, but probably within the week I was going to run out of pumpkin seeds. So that is like perfect timing. Oh gosh, thank you. And dog toys. Oh my gosh. She's like, you should see Sasquatch. Sasquatch is pretty thick, so it's kind of keeping the shape of the head. But there are no eyes, and she's taking all the stuffing out of the head. So when I look over there, it looks like hollow. It weirds me out. So thank you, Ken. You're so sweet. Aw. Oh, let's say, oh, here, Indigo. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think of seaweed for my dogs. Yeah, and also Indigo, take everything here as a place to start your research. Maybe all dogs can't have seaweed. Research your breed, the the size, how many pounds. Where is your source of seaweed? Does your seaweed have a bunch of iodine in it? And what's recommended by experts. So do your own research. Indigo, this is for entertainment purposes only, and a great place to get ideas in the comments for something else to try. But again, don't just take it at face value. Always do your own research, you guys. Always do your own research. Oh God, I apologize in advance for the squeaky toy. It's loud. That's okay. She loves those things. When I found that squirrel, I'm trying to remember where I found that. I think it was in her bed in the truck. It just kind of got squished off into a corner, and we got a whole squirrel. It squeaks, so we've been playing with the squirrel. I was thinking of getting one of those squirrels in a tree trunk again for her. Because at this age, she's not chewing the squirrels up anymore. She's chewing on them, but just, catching them and stuff. She's not getting the stuffing out. And so now, if I got her the squeaky squirrel toys, does that make sense? They have like this tree that's fabric that has the holes in them. And she loved that when she was a little puppy, pulling them out of the holes and all. Now that I've got found a squirrel that was whole, she's not chewing the stuffing out. She's chewing the stuffing out of the bigger ones, and she's leaving that. So it's like, oh, I could get her one with like 10 squirrels, and oh my god, she'd have so much fun. So I don't know if they can make those anymore. Oh my gosh, I didn't when I was at the pet store. I didn't even look for it. Oh, it's a green Coke bottle, squeaky. Oh, nice. Like where if I step on it, it'll make a really good sound, because that's how we'll play, and I get her all excited. It will take turns, like oh, I can't use the words, but we take turns at it at the squirrel. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, Indigo, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay, do you want to make sure you do your research? I have to be careful here foraging seaweed, as they have sewage emptying right out our shores. Yes. Always make sure you know your source for all this stuff. Let's see. Hey, Indigo, I recently got Irish sea moss. I got some kind. Let me look. Super expensive, but meant to be good stuff. Yeah, it was. Like, holy crap. Stuff is expensive. Hold on, let me gonna squeeze around my table. There we go. Oh, I thought I put it there. I did not. It's over here. Let's see what I got. Okay. See, I'd taken the Celtic salt, and some random person on TikTok was like, oh, they've done independent studies, and the Celtic salt is full of lead. And they said a specific amount of lead and how much does this, that, and the other. And then, it accumulates. Like, oh my God, really? I was so upset. So I got this. Yeah, it's organic Irish sea moss powder. And I think, like, how much do you take? I think mine says to take a half of a teaspoon. Now, I don't know if it means a half a teaspoon every time you take it 3 times a day. Or what? Like, how do you do it? Not that we're giving anybody advice on how to do it. I'm just not sure what to do with like the CMOS stuff. So let's see. Irish CMOS powder. I don't have a lot of light over here. Maybe don't do that. Thanks. Let's see. Mineral rich. Great salt substitute. To me, it tastes too much like fish to just replace salt. It's got like a fishy taste to it. So and don't copy what I do your research. I'll get this organic soy sauce that I have and just kind of mix it with it. And where it almost completely covers the taste. That's what I do. Let's see, for baked goods and savory recipes. Great salt substitute. Like I put it on. I made something the other day, and I had rice with it because I wanted to be bad. so it was a holiday. I ate rice, so I just put it on the rice, and it was really good on there. But then the next time I ate it, I sprinkled it on everything, and I was just very unhappy that I had done that. That it went on everything. So it's like hit and miss for me on that. Oh, thanks. Adults 1 gram daily, it says on the package. And does this say grams? What does it say? This one is in is it teaspoons or stop. Servings per, yeah, it's teaspoon. TSP, teaspoon is, a half of a teaspoon is 2 grams. But we might not have the same brand and the same concentration. So a half a teaspoon is 2 grams, which is, oh my God. Holy crap. Oh, smells like I'm at the beach. I shouldn't have opened the lid. Oh my God. I mean, it's not horrendously repulsive, but it has its place. And it's fast as possible. Yeah, it's pretty stinky too. I know, right? Holy crap. Oh, you could add a smoothie, yogurt, cereal, etc. I don't know. It's like I want to take a shot of it, get it over with, and then eat a bunch of food that actually tastes good. It recommends yours the same. Okay. We might have the same brand. I don't want to say the brand out loud, but this one is organic, and it says Irish sea moss powder on it. Because I don't know if this is the best brand in the world. This is the first one I ever bought. And I'll let you guys know how it goes on that. So, all right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Is this Sunday? I think it's the weekend. Oh, local health shop in England. Probably not the same brand. Okay. And probably not accessible to other people. Anyway, thanks, Indigo. Aw. Well, I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you on the next video.
Realm of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe once our vision takes flight, the symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee, we'll journey through galaxies.